I've been writing myself some casual bullet-pointed summaries for book series that are not completed, so I won't have to reread the same book before the next one releases. So here's my quick summary for Anathema by Keri. Anathema opens with a prologue where we see Zevander's parents bound by a bargain with Cardavos to sacrifice their children to the Vein, a magical life force that's like a river of raw, ancient power. Their first son was corrupted by the Vein's magic and is slowly deteriorating. During this scene, baby Zevander is thrown into the Vein also and survives but is infused with unwanted power, but this is still not what Cardavos is searching for. The POV shifts to Maveth, a mortal girl abandoned as a baby near a cursed forest called Wordwood, and raised by a man who already had a daughter named Alicia. They live in Foxglove Parish, which is a village in Mortasia, the mortal realm. The family has a mortuary, but after the stepdad dies, their cruel grandmother Agatha is in charge and they live with two uncles. The town shuns Maveth as accursed because she was abandoned near the cursed forest as a baby. One day she's near Wordwood and scratches her arm on a branch near the border and gets really sick and begins to experience visions and ghosts. Maveth's life worsens when her grandmother arranges her marriage to Moros, a wealthy but twisted and abusive man with a grotesque secret collection. Meanwhile, her stepsister Alicia is in love with one of their non-blood related uncles, Riften, but Maveth sees Uncle Riften sexually assaulting a dead maid, whom later appears in front of Maveth as a ghost, but Maveth chalks it up to hallucination from being sick. Alicia confesses that she's actually pregnant with Uncle Riften's child, so Maveth goes to the crone to get a potion to get rid of the baby, but randomly finds a big egg-like object from the ground, which she cares for even after it hatches into a big bird-like creature that eats animals. We see from Zevander's point of view that he is one of the king's assassins, but not by choice. His parents are gone and it seems like the only family members he has left is his sister Rykea and brother Branimir. They are living in a different world called Nyxteros, and it is banned for anybody to enter Mortasia through a portal called Umbravale. During Zevander's spare time, he hunts bloodlines to forge bloodstones that might free him and his dying brother from their curse. He works with an exiled mage and only needs one more bloodstone, and it's basically from Maveth. So even though going to Mortasia is banned, he makes his way over to Foxglove Parish and stalks Maveth. He tries to kill her while she's sleeping, but for some reason his power turns on him instead, so he escapes. The POV goes back and forth and we see Zevander kidnap his younger sister Rykea from a brothel that she works at. Her powers can take away people's pain, so she lives with a lot of painful memories and constantly does drugs to forget. Zevander has a new mission to kill the mage that he's actually working with, so he secretly captures the mage and brings him back to his castle. Ultimately, Maveth is forced to go with Moros while both Alicia and Riften are condemned to the cursed forest. But all three of them flee into the forest, but Moros also follows after them and they all encounter a monster with bark-like skin that eats humans. We later find out that this monster is actually Cadavras. Riften and Moros are killed, but before Moros is killed, the monster finds white rocks in Moros's pockets. These are the sustenance for magical people so that they can continue to live healthy without degrading, and it's really expensive in Zevander's world. The monster then takes Moros's form and Maveth and Alicia try to run away. Maveth goes through Umbravale into the other realm, but Alicia doesn't follow. As soon as Maveth crosses into Nyxteros, soldiers take her away and want to sexually assault her, but Zevander rescues her and takes her back to his castle home. And apparently everybody in Nyxteros thinks Maveth smells super attractive because she's immortal. At Zevander's castle, Maveth starts bonding with Rykea, the mage he's working with to find a potential cure, and even his monstrous brother Branimir, who is imprisoned below with spiders. Now that the mage has found out that Maveth is the last of her bloodline, he refuses to let Zevander kill her and says he misunderstood his visions and was incorrect in his directions to Zevander. Maveth is training in glyphs and combat, and her and Zevander's chemistry grows despite his attempts to keep his distance. Maveth is trying to open this special maze book that apparently only Corvacay people can open, and she slowly opens section by section. She finds a whistle in there and blows it, and her huge bird dragon-like pet comes flying along with a horde of crows. Rykea takes Maveth out to the city secretly and attends this big traditional event where the princess's virginity is won through a competition. Zevander is also there for the prince's safety because we find out that the king had a mage create a bond where the land will start to die if the prince dies. So all three were at this event, but something happens and Maveth suddenly wakes up somewhere else in the middle of a mage ritual where she's about to be sacrificed. The goddess Morsana intervenes and Maveth escapes, but this is also where her Corvacay magic awakens, which is a rare magic. She then finds her way back home through the Umbravale to look for her sister, but she finds that the villagers have turned into monstrous beings. Zevander follows Maveth to Foxglove Parish and they meet a nasty old woman who turned out to be a body that Cadavras possessed. Maveth kills her by using her Corvacay magic, but Cadavras escapes by shedding the old woman's body and flees as a spirit. They find Alicia alive, hiding underneath the floorboards, and then Zevander and Maveth get some time alone, where they confess their feelings for one another and make love, and that's basically how Anathema ends.